I was just going through your profile, तो आपकी बहुत बड़ी लिस्ट थी. So we would like to know कि थोड़ा सा आप हमें बताएं कि आपका क्या क्या achievement रहा है.
You know, the way it is said that if you don't have failures, how can you be successful? Started with athletics, wherein I won the first bronze. I still remember in 200 meters, and everyone was very surprised. Then I won gold in 100 meters, and I had actually had a better 100-meter timing than the best athlete of YPS. See, there are a lot of myths about cancer, and I would just like to tell you two facts. Number one, don't get scared. Prevention is always better than cure, and if cancer is detected early, it can be cured.
From being from a doctor to entrepreneur, how are you managing two things?
We have gyms wherein we take care of the entire mental and physical health. It's not just weight loss, it's not just strength training.
Today's episodes bring a woman who defines discipline, excellence, and resilience, a doctor, an athlete, an entrepreneur, a leader, all in one. She is Dr. Simar Kaur, head and neck oncosurgeon, head of the department in this group of hospitals, and a powerhouse behind Oxyzone Fitness, branches across Chandigarh, Mohali, Zirakpur, Hisar, and Karnal. Let's welcome Dr. Simar. Dr. Simar, you were an athlete. Then you had a very prominent academic progress, and then now you're a doctor. So how you relate everything together?
I would like to say God has been really kind, and the entire credit goes to my parents. उन्होंने मुझे एनर्जी चैनलाइज करने का सिखाया. उन्होंने मुझे लाइफ में हर स्टेप पे कुछ भी डिफ़िकल्टीज आएँ, how to handle them with a smile. Secondly, it is very important to give children small achievable academic goals. छोटे goals जो बच्चे achieve कर सकते हैं. First आना क्लास में it is not important. जिस चीज़ में हमारा इंटरेस्ट है उसमें बेस्ट करना इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट. सो दैट वॉज वॉट वॉज टॉट टू मी. एंड देन गिविंग इम्पॉर्टेंस to all commitments, be it relationship, be it academics, be it sports. Not to differentiate between anything is very important. You cannot prioritize that you need to give more time to sports or you need to give more time to studies. It has to be equal. It has to depend on what your goal is. So I think for all the fields, the credit entirely goes to my parents. My mother, who's been waking up late night to make tea for me when I was preparing for my exams. My father, who's always told me that winning and losing is not important. To be happy and to be thankful to God, उस खुदा की शुक्राने में रहना is very important.
And being an athlete, आपने क्या क्या achieve किया? You, I guess, जब I was just going through your profile, तो आपकी बहुत बड़ी लिस्ट थी. So we would like to know कि थोड़ा सा आप हमें बताएं कि आपका क्या क्या achievement रहा है.
You know, the way it is said that if you don't have failures, how can you be successful? I was a very delicate child. I never used to come first in any athletics meet since class 1 because I've been a Yadvindrian, and in Yadvindriya public school, a lot of focus is given on sports. I used to come almost 5th, 6th last. Somehow I wanted to break the red ribbon. That was my main aim. I wanted to break the red ribbon, and I worked very hard. I used to run on the road that's right next to my house. It was a dream that my father would be standing right in front, and I practiced for almost years for that. And it started with athletics, wherein I won the first bronze. I still remember in 200 meters, and everyone was very surprised. Then I won gold in 100 meters, and I had actually had a better 100-meter timing than the best athlete of YPS. That was again a surprise. Then I was running a relay race, and I actually got my house in YPS. I belong to HSN House in YPS. Win gold medal in 100 into 4 meters relay, and my father was standing right there, and I broke the ribbon. So these things really push you ahead, and it encourages you how you channelize your energy would certainly give you happiness, which is much more than anything, Then I started with Taekwondo. There was our coach who thought I can do good in Taekwondo. And I have won 3 times national gold medalist. I have won the Sai School of Sports Authority of India scholarship for the best player of India. And then I represented India in World Junior Taekwondo Championship. I was even selected for Kuala Lumpur Asian Games. So the journey has been very nice, and I think sports has given me a lot to learn, a lot to learn.
आपके जो academics था, आपके YPS में you got 100 marks in maths, then physics, bio, तो वो सब में chemistry, आपके सब में 100 out of 100, ये कैसे? How did you achieve that?
See, I used to love understanding logics. For example, when we understood the gravitational law, when we studied the Newton's law of motion, उसमें अगर हम पूरा देखें तो it tells us about nature, how beautifully God has created. You know how if we throw something, it comes down. It's not there, in the air. So the concepts and the logic of all these things used to give me a motivation to understand that why this happens. And I think my father, being an engineer and a businessman, was very, very busy. So he used to teach me almost an hour or two at night, 1 or 2 days before my exams. But he used to teach me the concepts which I wanted to learn. And that's how I could really understand the concept, and I could, gain these many marks. I actually created a record in YPS because no one before me could achieve all these. So, and I think I used to love solving equations. I used to, love understanding nature. For example, botany, zoology, how from a seed germination a plant grows. So the concepts I always wanted to learn, and I think I could get those concepts, and I was being explained very well the logic. So that helped me in achieving these marks.
So physics, maths, and chemistry, we people consider as one part. Then bio. So जितने भी आपने subjects में 100 out of 100 लिए, तो वो सारे concept based ही आपने achieve किया.
So in YPS we have ICSE. So in class 8th, our science gets separated into physics, chemistry, bio.
Okay.
So we have science for 300 marks and maths separate, and then we have English, literature, and language. So my interest has always been to understand the concepts, the concept behind chemistry. For example, sodium chloride, valency balancing. I taught valency balancing to my entire class because I understood, and I used to love solving these equations. I used to love the chemical reactions. So something that you really like doing and you understand the concept behind it, then sky is the limit. That's what I feel.
And from academics, now you're a successful doctor. So it was your plan earlier to become a doctor, or you could have chosen another field also?
I always wanted to become a doctor because somehow the instinct of being a surgeon was always there since my childhood. And with God's grace, He gave me that chance also, that I became a surgeon. And it was not by choice I wanted to choose, it was an intuition that I could do something, I could heal people. That was the main idea behind it. And opting for a very tough surgery, which was onco surgery, also it was an instinct that yes, somehow I think I would be able to do justification to this work.
And onco is related to cancer, right?
Yes.
So Dr. Simar, there are a lot of myth about cancer. कि अगर cancer हो गया तो it's not curable. Are these just myth, or there are some, you want to share some facts also about the cancer?
See, there are a lot of myths about cancer, and I would just like to tell you 2 facts. Number 1, don't get scared. Prevention is always better than cure, and if cancer is detected early, it can be cured. The only problem that I face when I deal with patients is that they ignore their symptoms. So early detection is very, very important. Secondly, people try to take over the counter medicines from chemists. If they have throat pain, they have cough which is persistent for 3 weeks altogether. So our thumb rule is anything that's persistent for more than 3 weeks, it should be tested. And if cancer is being tested prior, like early diagnosis, we can 100% cure it. And very important is that people get scared from the word cancer. And you've already seen successful stories also. Before I talked about early detection, I spoke about prevention. Why prevention is very important? Because we are in a world where we have poisons all around. We don't realize it. For example, the packed food, the energy drinks, the shelf life of food is so high, and we're very happy that, okay, we're not eating an expired food. But how about the contents? How about your sugar content in a day? How about the salt content in a day? So for prevention, the appropriate steps are very, very important. I tell all my patients when they come to me, there's a medical term where we call hypochondrosis, which means that a patient, if has a very small symptom, would go to Google and read, and then the AI algorithm is such that it leads, everything with you search a symptom will come to cancer. So I have patients saying throat pain, I have patients saying no, cancer to nahi hai. So I tell them you need to follow MMMS. That is what meal you're eating, how your mind works, how your movement is there in the body, and sleep. Once you follow these things, you can prevent. But let's not just become, Google readers and read and come to a conclusion and get tensed about it. It can be cured, and there is no need to scared from any cancer.
Like ये आपने एक बात की, जैसे अर्ली डिटेक्शन, कुछ ऐसे होते हैं जिनको पहले नहीं पता लगता, लास्ट में जाके पता लगता है, तो उस that stage is also curable, or
see, it depends on what kind of cancer you have, right? And it also depends what has been your treatment protocol. Like we say chemotherapy, radiotherapy, surgeries. We have immunotherapy also. We have cryotherapy also now. So what has been your treatment protocol? Secondly, after treatment, have you changed your lifestyle? It's very important. The thing that is feeding the cancer cells, have they been treated? Because cancer is propagating in every one of us every day. It is our immune system that stops that. We need to strengthen our immune system.
Okay.
We need to stop things that propagate, that damage the cell. So at cellular level, if I talk, we need to stop torturing our body. We need to stop the cellular torture that we do with all things like tobacco, then we have preservatives, then we have things which will harm our cells. If our cellular level after the treatment, we are able to protect them, yes, the life expectancy, the quality of life certainly can be better.
Now, you are head of the department in this group, right? And वहाँ पे आपको कैसे patients मिलते हैं? जिनको आपको लगता है कि डील करना बहुत मुश्किल है, कैसे डील करें? कई बार तो उनका माइंडसेट ही नहीं होता ये सोच के कि मेरे को कैंसर है. So how do you deal with those patients?
See, very important is you need to have humanity and empathy. And once you're dealing with such a critical case where कि लोगों के माइंड में बहुत मिथ हैं इसके बारे में, जब हम कैंसर की पढ़ाई करते हैं तो एक पूरा चैप्टर आता है, हाउ टू गिव द न्यूज़ टू अ पेशेंट दैट द पेशेंट इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम कैंसर. आप सीधा मुंह पे नहीं बोल सकते. पेशेंट का फर्दर मोटिवेशन लेवल काफ़ी ख़राब हो जाता है अगर आपने सीधा बोला. देयर इज़ अ वे हाउ यू कन्विंस अ पेशेंट दैट इट विल बी क्योर्ड. डोंट वरी, हैव फेथ इन ऑलमाइटी. वी हैव पेशेंट्स जिनको बहुत डिप्रेशन होता है. वी हैव पेशेंट्स जब हम सर्जरी करते हैं और जब वो अपना फेस और नेक देखते हैं तो उनको बहुत लगता है कि लोग मुझे देख के डरेंगे, बिकॉज इट्स अ वेरी एक्सटेंसिव सर्जरी ऑफ फेस एंड नेक, विच वी कॉल एज कमांडो सर्जरी. बट उनको रेगुलर मोटिवेट करना, यू हैव टू make them understand that there is a beauty in small joys also. There's a beauty in small things also. So I think with that, you make a difference in someone's life. So important for all of us is what we are contributing in the society. That's very, very important. So I think this way you contribute also by giving happiness to someone or motivating someone. And we have patients who come for second opinion also to us. We have patients जिनको जो एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं कर पाते कि उनको कैंसर कभी हो सकता है, उनको धीरे से समझाना, उनको टेस्ट के लिए मनाना, उसके बाद उनको सर्जरी के लिए मनाना. It's a proper system altogether. You cannot just go harshly about it.
So it's quite difficult also.
It's difficult, but then I would always tell, मुझे बहुत young generation पूछती है कि हमने डॉक्टर बनना है, हम क्या करें. I always tell them, अगर passion है, then only you should become. Because any field you go, you must have passion. That commitment and that passion is needed. You just cannot run after success. You need to make a system where you have excellence that's repeatable. You just cannot think you will be chasing success or you'll be chasing money. The system will do everything for you. Important is to make a system.
Dr. Simar, apart from your surgery, you are a doctor. आपका एक जिम है जिसको ऑक्सीजोन फिटनेस बोला जाता है और काफ़ी उसके सेंटर्स भी हैं. So from being from a doctor to entrepreneur, how are you managing two things?
I have been a player and I wanted to win a medal for my country. Somehow I couldn't win that medal, but that passion was always there. And somehow I feel fitness and medicine, they coincide. That's why we have a tagline, Gym with Medical Foundation. We have gyms wherein we take care of the entire mental and physical health. It's not just weight loss, it's not just strength training. It is the entire health of a patient. In the gym, it has been my passion, and we have tried to give it a shape wherein we intend to have a separate physiotherapy unit. We intend to have a panel of doctors with us, wherein we have a cardiologist with us, we have an orthopedician. So if you have hypertension or you've undergone a cardiac surgery, we'll consult our cardiac surgeon and seek what heart rate you can work on. So that's how we give you a plan that, okay, for your body, this heart rate would be, your body will be able to tolerate this heart rate, and you should be in aerobic zone till this heart rate. So that's how we've given a medical foundation to the gym.
So in your gym, आप medical connection to the wellness, आप दोनों को connect करते हैं.
Yes.
कैसे करते हैं मतलब?
See how very important is for us to understand how to deal with pressure in today's life. You need to be comfortable in pressure. That is very important. अगर आप ECG देखो तो उसकी लाइन भी ऊपर नीचे है, लाइफ वही है, इट इज ऊपर नीचे. प्रेशर को, स्ट्रेस को कैसे मैनेज करना है. सो वेलनेस इज ऑल अबाउट मेंटल हेल्थ ऑल्सो. जब आप वर्कआउट करते हो, यू हैव स्ट्रेस हार्मोन्स दैट गेट्स रिलीज एंड यू हैव मूड एलिवेटिंग हार्मोन्स. सो वो आपका स्ट्रेस लेवल कम करते हैं. दिस इज हाउ यू हैव a health aspect to it. Once your stress is relieved, आपकी lifestyle prevailing diseases काफ़ी कम हो जाती हैं.
So when a client comes to you for a gym, so do you go through the things कि आपको कोई heart issues हैं या high blood pressure है या sugar है, then you suggest the exercises? Or
Certainly.
normally जो हम gym देखते हैं, हम gym में जाते हैं, वो gym instructor शुरू करवा देता है कि पहले आप cardio करो, फिर उसके बाद weight training करो. कोई नॉर्मली नहीं पूछते कि आपको कोई इश्यूज हैं या नहीं है, बट दे स्टार्ट के हमने इतना जिम मेंबरशिप लिया और जिम स्टार्ट हो गया. सो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन दोज जिम्स एंड योर जिम?
अगर हम कभी भी कुछ वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं जहाँ पे हमारा बॉडी में हार्ट रेट बढ़ रहा है, तो हमें एक मेंबर की पास्ट मेडिकल हिस्ट्री जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है. कि उनकी पास्ट मेडिकल हिस्ट्री कैसी है कि हम उनको किस लेवल का वर्कआउट करा सकते हैं. पास्ट मेडिकल हिस्ट्री में कार्डियक मीन्स हार्ट हिस्ट्री भी आती है, उनकी बैक की प्रॉब्लम, उनकी कोई गैस्ट्रिक इश्यूज़, कभी बहुत पेशेंट्स का गॉल ब्लैडर रिमूव हुआ होता है, तो हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। अगर किसी को बैक प्रॉब्लम है, देयर आर सर्टेन एक्सरसाइजेज विच वी शुड नॉट मेक देम डू। अगर किसी को बैक स्ट्रेंथनिंग करनी है, देयर इज अ डिफरेंट वर्कआउट ऑल टुगेदर। So we make sure that I tell all my staff that we're dealing with human beings, we're not dealing with machines. You know, तो आपको उनका एक पास्ट मेडिकल हिस्ट्री जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है। एंड हम ट्राई करते हैं कि हम अपने ट्रेनर्स को ए सर्टिफाइड रखें, बिकॉज उसके अंदर एटलीस्ट बेसिक अनाटमी एंड फिजियोलॉजी ऑफ द बॉडी काफ़ी लोगों को ट्रेनर्स को ब्रीफ में वो बताते हैं, जो वो आगे जाके प्रैक्टिकली दे कैन अंडरस्टैंड वेल व्हेन दे आर वर्किंग इन द जिम।
आपके पास बहुत चीज़ें हैं, लाइक यू आर एथलीट ऑल्सो, देन यू हैव योर जिम्स ऑल्सो, उसके बाद अब यू आर अ सर्जन ऑल्सो। सो हाउ यू हैंडल द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज, प्रेशर्स एंड टीम रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, आप पूरी कैसे इसको मैनेज करती हैं?
सो आई थिंक ये सब जितनी भी डिफरेंट फील्ड्स हैं, जितनी भी बाइफिकेशन है, इनकी एक कोर वैल्यू है। कोर वैल्यू इज़ कि हम सोसाइटी में क्या कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं। हमारा कमिटमेंट लेवल कैन नॉट बी शेयर्ड। यू नो, इफ़ आई से आई स्पेंड 20% time in this branch, I spend 50% time at this branch. It's not that. You have to give commitment, and it has to be equal commitment. Even if it is your relationship at home, you know, your commitment to your home, your commitment to your child, commitment to your family, commitment to your business, commitment to your hospital, commitment to your patients, they have one core value. That is, आपने क्या contribute किया आज? When you go back home, what do you feel satisfied कि आज मैंने कुछ किया? I have done something good. I've made someone smile. I did something good for someone. So that you know, commitment, equal commitment, makes you divide time on its own. You just cannot bifurcate the time. And as I told you, मुझे sports ने प्रेशर में फोकस रहना सिखाया। जब आप अपनी 100 मीटर की लास्ट स्प्रिंट कर रहे हैं, कुछ लोग हैं जो कॉम्पिटिटर को इनकरेज कर रहे हैं, कुछ लोग हैं जो आपको इनकरेज कर रहे हैं। इतने प्रेशर में भी कैसे फोकस रहना। जब आप नेशनल्स प्ले कर रहे हो, एक तरफ आपकी स्टेट है, लाइक आई वाज रिप्रेजेंटिंग चंडीगढ़, चंडीगढ़ के लोग हमें इनकरेज कर रहे हैं दैट येस वी नीड अ नेशनल मेडल, एंड एक तरफ कर्नाटका के लोग कर रहे हैं। दूसरी हमारा जब नेक्स्ट हुआ फाइट, तो वो बैंगलोर की टीम आई, यू नो। सो इतने प्रेशर के अंदर कैसे फोकस रहना इज़ व्हाट स्पोर्ट्स टॉट मी. Academics taught me how to be consistent, how to understand logic, how to understand reasoning, how to handle situations. Because when you study laws of nature. आप physics पढ़ रहे हो, आप chemistry पढ़ रहे हो, आप bio पढ़ रहे हो. Indirect way में देखो आप nature पढ़ रहे हो. You're studying the laws of nature, you know. So academics taught me logic and reasoning, and sports taught me how to handle pressure, how to stay calm in pressure, how to prevent making erratic decisions. Because मेरा एक decision मेरे जितना staff है उनको और उनकी families को affect करता है. I cannot afford to take decisions in haste. I need to have patience in any decision I make, and I need to handle any tough situation in a calm manner so that I don't give that stress to my staff. You know, so एक तरफ से if I'm getting a call कि हमने जो पेशेंट को ऑपरेट किया उसका ब्लड प्रेशर हाई हो गया और ब्लीडिंग आ रही है, एक तरफ मुझे कॉल आ रहा है कि हमारा इलेक्ट्रिकल पैनल में शॉर्ट सर्किट हो गया है, एक तरफ से मुझे कॉल आ रहा है कि एक इमरजेंसी में नया पेशेंट आया है, उसको आपने आके करना है. So to handle all these things, you know, you need a lot of patience, and you need to take ownership of the decision you make. So I tell myself, and I tell a lot of my patients also same thing, you know, when you have so much of pressure, just remember one thing: tu kahe dole praniya tuj rakhega sirjanhar. And I've really applied it, and it really works. So you know, if you talk of pressure, jo India is very rich in culture, India is very rich in spirituality. हमारे पास इतने अच्छे ग्रंथ हैं. ग्रंथ means not to just read. to apply in your daily life. जो हम ग्रंथ में पढ़ रहे हैं और सीख रहे हैं, उनको हम daily life में कैसे apply करें is very, very important.
That's very
So I think all these things, really make you comfortable in handling pressure, because that's very important in leadership, to handle pressure comfortably.
So you have, अगर हम देखें तो we everybody has those 24 hours. So you divide those 24 hours into gym, hospital, and other things. How do you plan your day?
I read a very nice book, and it's one of my favorites. It says Business at the Speed of Thought. It's by Bill Gates.
Okay.
The book precisely talks of database, why database is important for success. It also gives you an insight on very important thing, that speed is not very important, clarity and system is important for success, not haste. Speed automatically comes when you have clarity and system. So my time division of the day is that we have made systems in a way that whatever field needs my more time, I dedicate that time to that field, because we try to make systems where excellence can be repeated. So it's all about systems, because at the end of the day, you're a mother, you're a wife, you're a daughter, at the same time you're a doctor, at the same time you are an owner. So you need to balance all aspects of life depending upon what that time needs, how much is my requirement in what commitment of life.
Doing all these things together, you must be having a mindset to achieve the goals. So what is basically that?
See, every person has a two aspects. One is the external, one is the internal aspect. So if I talk of the mindset, the external mindset is, yes, to give growth to my staff, to give growth, as an organization, to handle my patients in an efficient manner wherein I can contribute something to their lives. Internal growth is how much spiritually you attain the facts of life, which is very important. So when you do anything, there has to be two aspects of it: your internal growth and your external growth. So the mindset that I have for anything I do is, I need to look after both the external growth, not only for me, for my people, and my internal growth, which is very important. Otherwise, lot of us feel vacuum inside. एक खालीपन लगता है,
खालीपन।
वो हमें समझ नहीं आता खालीपन क्यों है. खालीपन हो सकता है, कुछ लोग अपने अपने वेज में डील करते हैं, बट इट्स ऑल टेम्पररी. खालीपन इज बिकॉज फ्रॉम वेयर आवर सोल हैज कम. हमारी सोल को उसका नाम चाहिए, which we call repeating God's name, जो आप किसी भी ग्रंथ में अगर हम पढ़ें तो वो बहुत important है to nourish our soul. So the mindset certainly is external and internal both growth, not only for me, to everyone associated with me.
So do you have a message also for the young generation कि वो कैसे डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स को इकट्ठा लेके चल सकते हैं?
मेरे को बहुत अच्छी एक लाइंस लगती हैं विच आई नॉर्मली कीप टेलिंग, विच इज़ खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे, बता तेरी रज़ा क्या है. सो आई थिंक इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट कि हमारा जो पैशन है वो हमें एक डायरेक्शन दे. We should have clarity in our mind what we want to do and what is our intention behind what we want to do, and to set systems, which is very important. Once your systems are laid, you can precisely understand where you are working, how you're working, and at the same time you need to treat each human being as a human being, because you need to make them achieve what you have given them the targets. So it is very important for us to understand the reality of life, and I would like to suggest with my own experience that staying calm, staying humble, and staying grounded will lead you to whatever passion you have in life.
Thank you so much, Dr. Simar, for joining us today on the Women Who Inspire. आज आपने बहुत सारी women को inspire किया होगा to do multiple tasking. Not to stop on one thing, but they can focus on a lot of things being women. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And to all my viewers, don't wait for the right time. Start, learn, grow, and let your work speak for you. This is Women Who Inspire on The Real Room with Prabdeep. See you in the next conversation. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.